In Israel, atmosphere is thick with tension, the tension of war which is happening and the war getting worse if other countries get involved. Now, in such a situation, diplomatic efforts are on to de-escalate the situation, to contain the situation. As soon as the 7th October terror attack happened in Israel, where Hamas terrorists came in and butchered hundreds of Israeli citizens on southern side of Israel, Secretary Blinken was one of the first ones to visit here. He had discussions with Benjamin Netanyahu. He was shown the pictures of what was done to citizens, to even toddlers, children in southern Israel, how they were massacred. But the effort here, which looks like it is to contain the situation so that no third country gets involved. After visiting Israel, Secretary Blinken went to Jordan, Qatar, Egypt and Saudi. So he has been known to make efforts so that others do not get involved and the situation doesn't get worse. There are also reports that Iran was told not to get involved by US, and it has said that it will not put their soldiers on ground, but if they are hit, they would also retaliate. Now, the immediate priority is also of the hostages which are being held in Gaza. The latest numbers which have been confirmed seem to be 199. There may be more than that, but the confirmation is for 199. This also includes several US citizens and citizens of other countries. There are also several US citizens who are stuck in Gaza and they need to get out from there. Other nationalities, citizens are also there who have to get out there. There are Palestinians of dual citizenship who want to get out, but Rafah crossing of Egypt is still not open. So when will it open? Will there be a ceasefire? Benjamin Netanyahu's office says that there is no plan of any ceasefire. There has nothing been agreed upon. So what will happen now? There is also no humanitarian corridor, and that too has been demanded by WHO, European Union and other countries. Even the Arab countries are keen that there should be a humanitarian corridor. While several Arab countries have talked about the attack here in Israel, they are also criticizing IDF and Israel government's directive to move the civilians of Gaza from north to south of Gaza. Now, the effort here is also about how not to let this conflict go out of hand, because it will be affecting every leader who's in the picture. How is that going to happen? Now, as far as US is concerned, it is the closest ally of Israel. It has stood by Israel all this time, said that it will support in whatever way possible. 2 aircraft carriers of US are right now standing in Mediterranean to see that as a warning to other countries here so that they don't get involved in this, but also to support whenever needed and if Hezbollah opens a wider front in the north. So what happens there? Now, President Joe Biden is going into election next year. He would be torn between giving aid to Ukraine and helping out Israel. What will happen then? What will his political, his opposition say there? Who will be picked over where? So that is a very difficult choice to make. Which country would be picked over another? This is one choice which he would not want to make. And if there is involvement of other countries, then Middle East peace would be shattered. And this is something which Joe Biden, who's a very outspoken supporter of Israel and one of the strongest in memory, he will not want that to happen on his guard. Another politician which about whom we should be talking is Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, his government was already in trouble when this happened, when this attack happened. There were protests going on about his judicial reforms, and even the reservists had joined this. So, and he had come in power on a plank of security, absolute security for the citizens of Israel. But his government is held together with the support of far-right parties, and this situation here is not going to help him at all, because there are questions already being asked about what happened. How come this intelligence failure could have happened? Why did he fail in such a situation? So this is something which is going to mark his entire political stint, and this is something which he would not want, especially given the situation with hostages and they are not yet back. This would be a very difficult situation for him. Can he back off at the moment from because of diplomatic maneuvers? Doesn't look like it, because he has to somehow go forward. He has to go for a full offensive that is imminent. So this is the situation, given situation in this region as well as with the US. Now there is another situation here as well. At the moment, while there is sympathy with Israel, but as the casualties in Gaza rise, will that sympathy remain, or will Israel be accused of war crimes, as some are again saying? So that is another question to ask. Israel is not overwhelmed. That is something for US, for which US is trying, because another border is open on the northern side. But the situation which is being created, is there a way out of it? Now Biden may be visiting Israel soon. Secretary Blinken is here on Monday. German Chancellor may be coming soon, and others have been here, be it EU leadership and several others. So what exactly is happening? Is there somehow a kind of pressure which is being tried to put on Israel so that the conflict does not widen, or is it something which is imminent and the damage is trying to be controlled so that nothing goes beyond that? Because in a world which is already crippled by post-pandemic economic situation, a war in between Russia and Ukraine, if this conflict widens into a regional conflict, or even a bigger conflict than that between Arab nations and rest of the world, this would be catastrophic. So the diplomatic efforts are on to somehow contain this conflict between Israel and Hamas and not let it go further. In Tel Aviv, Kadambini Sharma for NDTV.